Yeousch!
What's going on, everybody? Brass Monkey here, and I've got another YouTube first for you guys today. I'm really excited to share this with you. So yesterday I was the first person anywhere on YouTube to bring you guys the Black Ops 2 kill streaks and their approximate kill streak values. And what happened was I noticed the video wasn't getting a whole lot of views after I launched it, even though it was this really incredible new information. So what I did was I contacted T Martin, shared that info with him, and he came out with another similar video that reached hundreds of thousands of people. So that's really cool. I'm super happy that you guys were able to get that info now, and he linked back to me, mentioned me in the video, so now I've got a bunch of new subscribers, so that's really cool. And now today I have something else that's brand new for you, exclusive, only place on YouTube you're going to find this right now, which is some of the Black Ops 2 map overhead images. And this, a huge shout out goes to my buddy Zoinks for doing this. While I was working hard on that kill streak info yesterday, he was working hard on piecing together the maps from the mini map images. He put them together like a puzzle, and a lot of hard work went into it, and a lot of time and effort, and he was nice enough to give them to me to share with you guys. And so I really want to thank him for that. A link's going to be in the description of his channel. So here's the first map. This map is called Turbine, and this is going to be the first map you see in that trailer. It is a really cool map. It's got a lot of different pathways from one end of the map to the other, and it looks like there's almost an uncountable number of paths you can take from one side to the other. Now, overall, the map will probably play a little bit like Afghan did from Modern Warfare 2. It's very big, very open, kind of that rocky scenario, and you know, outdoorsy. So I'm guessing this is going to be a great map for air support. There's almost no vertical cover. There are a few buildings on the map, but not too much in the way of roofs on some of them from what I saw. So this should be one of the larger maps and very good for air support. Okay, so moving on to the next map. This one is a little bit tricky. To me, when I first saw this, it reminded me of Launch from the original Black Ops. You know, it's kind of got that big center circular structure that people are playing around right now. But then we saw it another time a little bit later in the clip, and it looked like almost I think it's Nashar Canals from Battlefield 3, you know, the big shipping crates that you move through. So let's take a look at it. This one isn't totally complete, but it's you know, as much as we could get from the trailer. So this, it looks like it's going to be a relatively close quarters map. There are some channels, but really you're spending a lot of time moving in between shipping crates, and it's kind of unclear if there are any vertical levels. You know, if you remember Launch from the original Black Ops rather, then there was a little bit of vertical gameplay, but it was for the most part fairly flat. You know, you could go underneath where the rocket was launching, or you could go up top, and then there were a couple of buildings near that main kind of pathway that had a rooftop to them. So this, my guess is it would play like that. It's mostly flat, but maybe a couple of small vertical levels. So that's going to be the second map, and we don't have a name for this one quite yet. So this third map is going to be really cool. This is going to be the streets of Los Angeles. So there's been some kind of drone attack in the streets of Los Angeles, and now we're going to be playing there. So if you go ahead and look at this overhead image, to me, it looks a lot like the cracked map from the original Black Ops. And I think it's probably going to play pretty similar to that. You know, there are going to be a lot of buildings in this one. They're going to have multiple vertical levels, windows that you can shoot out of, that kind of stuff. That's my guess, at least. But there also are some kind of main open areas. You see that big street in the middle. So just like Cracked had in the original Black Ops, there were a bunch of buildings, but then there were streets that were running through it. And if you wanted to cross from one end of the map to the other, you had to go through the street. So that's going to be the main thing, is holding a side to this map. That's my interpretation, at least. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. First ever look at 3 of the maps from Black Ops 2. Now, if you think this was a good video and you learned something from it, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You can click the screen now, or click the subscribe button in the top left of the video. And if this was helpful to you, if you learned something and you think other people should see it, please give the video a like, favorite, and share. Really helps me out a lot, and it helps other people to find the video easier in the search rankings. And as always, be sure to check out Brass Monkey apps in the iTunes App Store. Thanks again for watching.